Okay, here's what I got today. I got a Blackstone here. This is only 22 inch. It's just me and my wife normally, so I didn't get a big one. But the situation is she would like some sort of a shelf to put spices and maybe hang the utensils up while she's cooking on it. Today I'll be working out of the back of my pickup truck. I am at camp and I want to do that shelf we had discussed earlier. I will be using this board right here. Now this board, if you remember correctly, is the one I planed down when I was making that mother's memory plaque that we made on another one. So while I was planing one, I planed this one down, so it's ready to go. I do have some live edges on it, which is going to add a little bit of uniqueness to it. So let's get started. Now, first thing I'm going to do is try to square up this board a little bit. It's hard to square anything up when you've got the edges. It doesn't have to be perfectly square, but I would like it a little bit square. So I'm going to guess a little bit here. It comes out. There's a crack here. I'm just going to get rid of that crack. And I'm going to go along this. This is sort of a straight edge here as far as the live edge goes. So that's where I'm going to mark it. And that'll be my first cut. This set up a little bit deep. Let me reset it. If you remember, we only planed this down to a 1/2 inch. Okay, now I'm going to make the base about 2 foot long. That's what I measured I needed up there. And if you notice, this is the straightest as far as the live edge. This one goes everywhere. So I'll try to use this one to square it up. And like I said, I'm square, and this is just a guesstimate because of the live edge isn't square, and I don't want it to be square. And you'll see why once I put the shelf on. Now see, this will be the shelf base behind it, and you have the live edges on it. And then I'll bring a shelf out from this. Now, she only wants it to put spice racks and stuff on, so I guess the first thing I'll do is I'll need to rip it. I think I'll use this whole piece and just rip it. I need to rip a flat edge on one side due to the fact I'm going to mount it on here as a shelf. So let me see. I'm going to need a straight edge. Well, I guess this will work as well as anything. Now, how big do I want the shelf? I'm going to put a little piece on the edge to keep the stuff on there. So let's make the shelf about, let's go 4 inches. So I'm just guesstimating and just going as I go along. Yeah, we'll make it 4.5. 4.5 to the live edge is what I'm going to mark. 4.5 the live edge. I said because I have a live edge on one side, it's not going to be perfect. But I can only do what I can do here with what I got. And this is another of the wifey list projects. So it's always good to get her stuff done. I might need a better base to cut that from. I don't want to hit my tailgate. Certainly wouldn't be very good now, would it? If I put it on that, I won't hit the tailgate. Make sure. And as you see, I'm quite a ways away. So I'm going to rip it right down. Yep. Okay. Now I'll cut a 2 foot section of this off. And I'll mount it something like this. That way I can put hangers underneath here. And I'll put a little rail here so whatever spices she puts on won't come off. And like I said, this is a very basic quick shelf. I'll probably put a brace here maybe even this piece, or maybe rip another piece off that. Maybe I could make it something like that and give it a little bit of uniqueness too. Yeah, I think I will. That way the brace makes it a little bit more unique. Yeah, why not? So now that I got a straight edge on this side, I can make a 90 here. And cut it. Measure 2 feet. I left this part of it in on purpose because I want to be able to see that. Okay. And that piece will go like that. I think I need to cut a little more of that off. We don't want it to stick over. So, could be. Yeah, it's hard to get this square. So I'm going to make it a little smaller, make it look a little better. Offset it in just a touch. Like maybe a half inch. Half-inch offset. Half-inch offsets will give me about right there. So I'm not doing it exact. I'm kind of making this up as I go along. Which it will be more functional. And as long as it serves its purpose and keep my wife happy, it's perfect. Okay, good. Now maybe I should make the shelf the same size as that. And this is what I'll have. This will be the underneath brace. This will go here like that. And that'll be the backing. That way I can screw it right on this way. Now all I need is a little piece, a little edge here. Maybe if I could find a piece of live edge that's that long. Dang nabbit. I wish I had a piece a little longer. So live edge, it would look better with live edge on it. Well, you know what? Maybe I should just use what I have. And, wish I had a little more of this. I'll just put two pieces together. That's what I'll do. We want to rip this. So it's, I just want a little bit of an edge. So we'll go 1 inch. This is a square side, so we'll go, means that goes in a little bit. We'll go 3/4. This is the shelf. That's going to go like that. I'm going to need another piece here. Let's see, I'm going to cut that piece off square so it matches up better. I'm just trying to figure out which way it will look best. Is all I'm trying to do right now. And I do believe that's it right there. I do believe that's the way it's going to look best. It's not a perfect splice, but like I said, this is camp, so I'm not all that worried about it. I'll mark where this is here. And put there, myself. And then mark it down. Oops, sorry, close. Oops. Oh, this darn marker. I forgot my other one. That's kind of a crappy mark. Yes. Okay, I do have some nails that I think would work in this situation. And that's what I'll put in there. Having a hard time finding small enough screws. And screws might split them out anyhow, so. Well, that looks pretty good from the front. Now we have these. Now this, I'm going to mount like this. So I think the first thing I got to do is mount this. As you see, not quite a really good cut, but it will pull down. Equal distance. Let me see. Now we're going to want to hang stuff, so we're going to want that shelf up a little bit. We're going to hang stuff below it. About like that. That way she can hang two different directions. Now, this is the straightest edge. Live edge, that's 5.5. That's 5 3/8. There, now we got 5.5. 5.5. 5.5. Over 3/4. This needs to come over. That's only a half, so we'll split the difference. That's 5/8. And there we go, 9/16. 9/16. There we go. Now, I'm just going to put some nails in this too for now. They'll have some screws to go all the way through it to mount it on the wall. Okay, now next is this. And I will screw that down. But I will have to drill pilot holes because I want that tight on there, so I am going to screw it down. I have these screws, which are about 1 inch. They will work. I want a pilot hole through this. I think I'll put 4 of them in there. And you can see that's only 1/2 inch thick. So I just need to get the pilot holes 1/4 inch in. So that's what I'll mark. Now, if I was at home, I'd glue this too, but I'm not at home, so I'm just throwing this together real quick for the weekend. And I can always fix it, glue it, whatever I want to do later. Okay, I have 2 more screws left. I think I'll go ahead and put them in. And that's what the shelf will look like. That's not so bad. And there's the shelf. I don't know whether I should put pieces there. Probably should, huh? Maybe I will. I should have some pieces left. Like here's one. should be enough. I'm just trying to make sure that the spices or whatever's on top of here, salt, whatever, does not fall off. Okay, this right here is the finished product. It'll hang up like this. You see, this gives it a little bit of uniqueness here. I've got to put pegs back in here yet to hang her utensils. I'll put them up here. Up here is where she'll put her salt, pepper, spices, whatever she uses. And it has this rail here, this catch, so things won't fall off. So now all I have to do is mount it. I can see what we got. Maybe come down a bit, huh? Oh, I don't know. It's hard to tell with that live edge. It makes it hard to level out. But I think it needs to, well, I need to level out the center. Maybe I'll go get a... Okay, we're going to put a level on it here to see what we got. Now, as you see, it needs to come down. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure, and you want to be sure. Let me see. I need a little light on the subject. Just a little bit. Now, a little bit more. There we go. That's level right there. Okay, what I did for my hooks, I'm using this style hook here for the paddles, or you know, the flippers or whatever you want to call them, to use on the grill. Now, I measured this, and this was 22 3/4. So I went in the middle, which was 11 3/8. From there, I went 4 1/2 down to here, and then I went 9 inches from the center to here. I alternate them just to give them a little different look, especially being I have two different planes there. I have the higher one, which is a little bit thicker than the bottom one. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the pilot holes for all of them. I already drilled one pilot hole. I'll drill the rest of them now. Now, this certainly would have been easier to put these in if I would have done it before I put it out, but this is kind of, this whole project has been kind of a fly by your pants project because of, well, I'm at camp. I don't have all my tools. I don't have my table saws. I don't have my sanders. I don't have a lot of my measuring stuff, so I don't have a lot of stuff I normally have, which is probably no excuse, but this is just camp. This will just work, and it gets it off my honey-do list. And she doesn't always care exactly if it looks like it's going to look a little rustic, which I guess is good. So normally I would hide the screws. So this certainly isn't cabinet making quality. This is just kind of get her done quality and keep everybody happy quality. But it will make a difference for cooking out here. I will be cooking things tonight. A couple lamb chops I'll probably put on this tonight, so I'll get to use it. Okay, I guess that doesn't look too bad. Okay, this has been Old Man with the Plan. I've completed another project, another check off the honey to-do list. Maybe I should be making a honey to-do list section, and then that way I've knocked two things off. It's still awfully hot outside. It's still in the 90s. I've been sweating like a pig, so to speak, so please forgive me, but it is hot and warm. I think this will work well. I still need to stain it, paint it, and if she has any changes, I can make some subtle changes to it, like maybe put an extra hook or put them closer together, or, you know, something little. I am not going to say this is one of my best and best looking projects, because it's not. It was hurriedly put. I hurried up and put it together, and I was working out of the back of the pickup truck, so I didn't have a lot of my tools with me to make it really a quality type piece. It is just kind of strung together. It is, you know, if I was doing it, I'd hide the screw holes, screw more from the back, use a drill press to make sure everything is straight. I would have done some other stuff to it, but I had to measure what I had, what size I had, and I just used what wood I had. I used that piece that I was going to throw away, or that I planed last time when I planed it down for the memorial plaque for Betty. Now, I don't know what else to say except, please, this isn't my best work. If you have comments, I understand if you think the cabinetry is shoddy or anything else, but it is sturdy and it will work, and it's useful. This is camp, and you know, camp is make do with what you have and have fun with what you have. And once again, this was a couple hour project, a couple hours in the back of the truck with just a saw and whatever I had at hand. So I'm satisfied with it, not overly thrilled with it. It's not one of my best work, but you know, that's how sometimes things go. But once again, this is the Old Man with a Plan. If you enjoyed it or you liked it, like it, share it, and maybe even subscribe. Every little bit, every little person helps me go get towards my goal. Now, once again, thanks for watching. This is the Old Man with a Plan. See you later.